Hello. In this video, we're going to go through the configuration of a Pfaudler Type 18 pH differential sensor and get it prepared for calibration, which is a separate video. So to get started, just wanted to make a few comments. The Pfaudler Type 18 can be used with the Stratus Pro, the Stratus Evo, which is the one we're going to be using here, or the Stratus Multi. So one thing to keep in mind is when you do order a Type 18 with one of our transmitters, you do get what we call a TAN code, which I'll show you here. And how you find out what the TAN code is you go to Options in Service, and you saw the passcode was 5555, and you scroll over to where it says Pfaudler. If you hit enter and it says pass, that means it has the correct TAN code. The other thing we want to make sure is that we have the correct device type, and in this case, this transmitter is already set up for pH, but if it wasn't, you could go through and select the correct device type that you need. In this case, you won't see pH pop up because it's already in pH mode. So I'll just hit measure 3 times to go back to the measurement screen. Now, when you first get your pH probe, your Type 18, there's a couple of things that you should understand. That in the box, you're going to have a test certificate. It's going to look just like this, and each Pfaudler Type 18 has a unique test certificate with important information that we're going to need to properly configure this pH electrode. The second thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to prep the sensor as well, assuming that you're going to do calibration shortly after you do the configuration. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to wire up the sensor. So for those of you that are going to use this video, pause it. This is the wiring that's for the cable, the Pfaudler cable going into the analog card that's inside the transmitter. So give you an idea of what that looks like. You also find this in the manual. The next thing that you'll want to do is, I'm going to move the camera here for a second, is you're going to want to put the electrode, in this case I have a beaker, you want to hydrate the electrodes. You want to make sure that you have, in this case, a buffer 7 all the way above the ground electrode, which is that little dark dot. But more importantly, you want to have both of the bands submerged in the liquid. And you want to do that for 24 hours if you can. That ensures that when you go to actually do a calibration, that you don't experience any drift out of the sensor. Now, for those of you who want to do this calibration on process, that's fine. You just allow the process to hydrate the sensor. So you just need to come back after a period of time. Again, we use 24 hours as our basis, and do a process calibration. And the electrode will be calibrated, and you won't have to worry about any drift. So let's go ahead and go into the configuration. So what I do is I hit menu, go to configure, Parset A, sensor. So we're already set up for analog. That's what standard means. But if for some reason you were taking an existing transmitter that was set up for a different type of technology, like what you're seeing here, you just need to change it to standard. The next thing is, the Pfaudler Type 18 has a PT100 RTD, and this is right on your test certificate. I'm going to change this to Fahrenheit, temperature measurement auto, temperature cal auto, nominal 0. So this is an important piece of information. So what you need is on your test certificate, it's going to say 0 point. In this case, it's 11.46. that's unique to this electrode. 11.46. Okay, and then we also need nominal slope. In this case, it's 52.6 millivolts is the value we're going to use. 52.6. So you want to make sure you get this right. Then for the type 18 on one of our transmitters, the ISO, the pH ISO is always going to be 3. So then you would put in 3. Cal mode, we're going to take it to manual. Cal timer off, CIP off, SIP off. And then you can go back to the measurement screen. Now at this point, don't be concerned if it's giving a very a wrong pH measurement value, because we have not done the calibration of this sensor yet. So just wanted to make sure that when you go do this configuration, again, you have the calibration or test certificate, you have everything wired up, you hydrate the sensor for calibration. Of course, you need to make sure that you have the TAN code for Pfaudler. When you purchase the transmitter, it should already have that TAN code, but if for some reason it didn't, you would have the ability by contacting us to put that TAN code in to make it compatible with the Pfaudler sensor. So I hope this information has been valuable. Look forward to seeing you for the calibration video. Thank you.